Hello, and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, a weekly podcast from mindful.org that offers mindfulness meditations backed by neuroscience. If you've been practicing, you know that 12 minutes of meditation a day can yield benefits like increased attention, focus, creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. The latest scientific research supports this knowledge. So, on this podcast, we invite you to do your 12-minute practice with guided meditations from today's leading mindfulness experts. There's a new practice each week and a new way to experience some of those benefits day to day. I'm Chelsea Arsenal, Director of Advertising at mindful.org, and we're starting this new year with a mini-series on mindfulness for energy from mindfulness teacher, researcher, and author Shalini Bahl. This series is rooted in the lessons and wisdom from Shalini's new book, Return to Mindfulness, Disrupting Default Habits for Personal Fulfillment, Effective Leadership, and Global Impact, launching January 18th. Now, when we say energy, we don't just mean the oomph you need to move around and get things done. No, we mean the vitality, the feeling of aliveness and creativity that arise when we let go of striving, shed resistance, and take care of our inner selves. As Shalini says, we use up precious energy in holding on to our attachments, refusing to let go. Yet, if we manage to let go, we might find ourselves pleasantly surprised by the lightness and newfound energy to pursue the life we want. This meditation aims to help us take in and process information efficiently. When we use our senses, touch, sight, hearing, taste, and smell, our thinking mind rests. So here, we focus on our senses and we relax the mind. Shalini Bahl is an award-winning researcher, certified MBSR and Search Inside Yourself teacher, TEDx speaker, and former town councilor. You can subscribe to 12-Minute Meditation while you're on mindful.org or wherever you find your favorite podcast. And if you're moved to leave us a review, we'd be grateful, and so will other listeners. See, your review helps them to decide whether 12-Minute Meditation is for them. But for now, for you, here's Shalini Bahl.
Hello, and thank you for your practice today. I'm Shalini Bahl, and in today's session, we're going to replenish our mental energy, and that is our capacity to focus and process information effectively. So we have limited cognitive resources, limited brain resources that we use for thinking, planning, strategizing, willpower. And if we keep drawing from that pool of resources without replenishing them, we can feel depleted in that our brain gets sluggish and we don't make very good decisions then. So today we're going to replenish our mental energy by returning to our senses, literally. And what I mean by that is that when we use our senses, like the sense of touch, sight, hearing, tasting, listening, in those moments, our thinking mind gets to rest. So in today's practice, we're going to go through each of our different senses and in that way allow our thinking minds to rest. So let's actually, before we begin, try this experiment and see if you can count backwards from 100 and listen to the sounds in your environment at the same time. If you want, you can even close your eyes for a moment to concentrate. It's very likely that you discovered that you can't count and listen to the sounds at the same time, right? So by resting on our senses, resting our attention on our senses, we are giving our thinking mind a rest. So let's start by coming to a comfortable posture. And you know what? You can even do this practice walking, or you can be sitting. And if you have access to a quiet space outside, I encourage you to take this practice outside. And whenever you feel ready, just closing your eyes. And that's if you're not walking. If you're walking, definitely keep your eyes open. And we'll start with this sense of touch. So starting by feeling any sensations of touch in your feet, the contact it is making with the floor. In returning to your direct, immediate experience of the sensations of touch. So you're not thinking about it, just feeling what's happening in your feet, any patterns of pressure, the weight, blood flowing, tingling. Can you feel the touch of any footwear? Or if you're barefooted, then the touch of air touching your skin. Where else in your body can you feel the air touching your skin? So again, not trying to find anything special, just staying open to the sensations of touch right now. And you can continue with your exploration of this sense of touch, or shift your attention to sounds. The sounds in your environment or within you. Just pure listening. There's no need to label or get lost in the concept or construct of what the sound is, where it's coming from. Just purely listening to the sounds arising and dissolving in your experience. No need to go searching for sounds, just allowing the sounds to reach your ears, or just enjoying the sound of silence in between. Noting how some sounds may feel pleasant, some are unpleasant or neutral, and seeing if you can just stay open to receiving all the sounds coming and going with an open, spacious mind and body. And every now and then you may discover that your mind has drifted to thinking. That's totally natural. As soon as you notice that, with kindness, returning back to your sense of sounds, receiving the sounds. And you can choose to stay with the sense of touch or listening, or shifting your attention now to smells. Just noticing the smells in and around you. Maybe there's a smell of coffee or tea, or just the smells in your room. And if you're outdoors, of course, you may discover very different smells than what you find inside your house or office. So again, with that spaciousness in your mind and body, just receiving any smells or even absence of smells. And if there are no smells at all, just staying with that sense of smelling and noting there is no smell. And as we refine our ability to smell with patience, just staying here open, receptive, we may start to uncover newer smells that we had not noticed earlier. So just staying here for a few more moments. And of course, you can choose to stay here with the sense of smell or return to your sense of touch or listening, or opening your eyes and just looking at the object in front of you with fresh eyes. Again, without getting lost in labels, whether you like the object or judgments, just pure seeing, as if for the first time you're looking at this object. And just noting the textures, colors, lightness, darkness. Just receiving the gift of sight and seeing what's in front of you. And if for any reason you're not able to see, you can always choose any other sense. Just making a note of how it feels to really give our full attention to our senses. And at this time, it's the sense of seeing. Returning to our senses allows us to be present, because all our senses are taking in information in this present moment. So it automatically brings us to the present when we reconnect with our senses. And as we end the practice today, maybe you want to remind yourself in between your work today to check in with your senses, and you can put little sticky notes as a reminder. And that can be really helpful to help us replenish our energy in the mind. So I wanted to end our practice together today with these words from the Irish poet Yeats. And he says, "We can make our minds so like still water that beings gather about us, that they may see, it may be, their own images, and so live for a moment with a clearer and perhaps even with a fiercer life because of our quiet." Thank you for your practice today.
Thank you for listening to this episode of 12-Minute Meditation from Mindful and Mindful.org. I hope you enjoyed practicing with us. We'll be back in 7 days with another meditation for you.